everyone, I'm Tresa Hargrove from Lawton, Oklahoma, and it is entree week at the Real Women of Philadelphia Cream Cheese Contest, and look at what we are making in my kitchen today. It's a stuffed red bell pepper, and it's stuffed with cream cheese and mushrooms and onions and surrounded by fettuccine. Oh, this is fabulous. Okay, let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to make the cream cheese sauce, the fettuccine sauce, so to speak, okay? We're going to take a cup and a half of half and half. Now you can use whole milk, heavy cream. I'm kind of teetering in the middle of whole milk and cream today, and I'm going with the half and half. And I'm going to take a block of Philadelphia cream cheese, and I'm going to let this all melt together in this pot. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. Everything's better with butter in it. I've always thought that everything was better with butter in it. And then we're going to take 3/4 a cup of Asiago cheese. I have the shredded Asiago cheese, and we're going to heat this over medium heat. Now, I used Asiago cheese because that's what I had. You can use Gorgonzola. You can use Parmesan. We're going to top this with a little Parmesan, but you can use just straight up Parmesan in this, and it would be really, really yummy. We're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And I use the black pepper. I don't mind the black specks in it. If you don't like the black specks, use white pepper. I've already chopped up, I've diced it up, 1.5 cups of cremini mushrooms, 3/4 a cup of onions, and I chopped the onions pretty fine. And I put it in a skillet with just a little bit of oil, sauteed them for about 6-7 minutes till they're, translucent, and then I put in a minced 1 clove of garlic that I minced up really good. And got all that to going. We're waiting on all of this to melt down in here. Let's talk about our peppers. When you go to the store, you want to make sure your pepper, you pick out a red bell pepper that's going to stand up, okay? Actually, I have a funny story. I was in the store, and I shop at the super center where you can buy just about everything, And so I thought, I want to make sure that those stand up on my plate. So I went and got a plate, and I'm standing there with my buggy, the plate's in my buggy, and I have a pile of peppers. I have a pile of maybes, a pile of absolutely nots, and a pile of these are really good. Well, I noticed a woman was watching me, and I kept watching her, and she was, looking at me because I'm putting them in the buggy and everything, and finally she comes over and she says, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm in the contest, Paula Deen contest, the Real Women of Philadelphia. Have you heard about it?" And she hadn't heard about it, so I gave her the website and everything, and I hope she goes on there and makes a profile, because she helped me with pick out my peppers and everything. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add our onions and our mushrooms to this. It's just about melted down. Now, after you cut the tops off of your peppers, you're going to seed them. You're going to rub a little bit of oil on them, just a tiny bit of salt, okay? Your oven is 450 degrees. Put it on a muffin tin. It does not need to go down in the muffin tin. You don't want it to go down in the muffin tin, okay? You're going to put it in 450 degrees for 10 minutes. No longer than 10, because they'll get too soft, and we're going to feel these babies, so you want to have some texture. When they come out, they're going to have a little bit of juice in them. Pour the juice off, because the salt kind of draws all the juices and stuff out. Now this is pretty much melted down. I'm going to add a little bit of spinach. Now, my husband really doesn't care for spinach, but I try to get them vegetables in him, just like you, Paula, trying to get Michael to eat his vegetables. Men are very hard. All they want is meat, 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 meat. But my husband loves this dish. So I put in about half a cup of spinach, and I actually chop it up so he doesn't get a real big hunk of it, So let's bring it over here so we can stuff our peppers. And I'm going to grate in a little bit of nutmeg, freshly grated nutmeg, and that makes a big difference, the freshly grated. I used to just use the kind that comes in the jar, and I really like the freshly grated. It makes a big difference. Okay, stir this up a little bit more. Now you need to go ahead and have your fettuccine noodles going in a pot of water, okay? Because this does not take long at all. We're going to fill these peppers up with this sauce. Oh, if you have a chef friend, you have got to have them over to serve them this dish. Dinner party, oh, they would absolutely love it. I'm telling you, they would have to have plastic surgery to get the smiles off of their faces the next day because this is good. You would really, really impress them. Okay, now we're going to put that into the oven, 400 degrees. Jack your oven down to 400 degrees from 450. Put this in the oven for 10 minutes. Take it out, and we're going to top it with a little bit of Asiago cheese. You're going to put your oven on broil now, on high, and a little bit of freshly grated Parmesan. And I kind of like to get it all over the pepper a little bit, kind of gives it a little something, something. Put it in the oven under broil for just a couple of minutes. It does not take long. Leave your oven door open while you're broiling so that you can keep an eye on these babies because they go really fast. Now let's get a bite of these. My husband thinks he has to have meat every single meal. So I serve this with some grilled chicken. Did you get a good look at this? Let's get a really good look at this because this is beautiful. I actually dreamed this recipe and I woke up the next morning and thought, Tresa, that's a winner. You've got to make that. So I ran to the store and I got the stuff to make it. And let me tell you, we've had it 3 times since then. It is absolutely delicious. Now let's cut into this. Now your guests will cut into this and that will ooze out. Look at that. Oh, look. Oh, I'm so excited. Look at that. Dip some bread in that. Oh, yes. Ah. Mmm. This is so good. You have to make this dish. Impress them all, okay? Thank you for watching me. Have a nice day. Bye.